You are sitting at the kitchen table, the air thick with the silence that only exists after a storm. Your mother is humming while she washes dishes, a sound so casual it makes your skin crawl. You just spent 20 minutes defending your sister's latest betrayal, explaining away her cruelty to keep the peace. And now you feel hollowed out, like a house with all the furniture removed. You look at your hands and wonder why you are the one trembling when you did nothing wrong. You have been told you are too sensitive, too dramatic, too much. But what if I told you that your exhaustion is not a flaw in your character? What if it is the physical cost of holding an entire family system together with your bare hands? If this channel has helped you understand yourself even a little better, please hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps more people find this content who need it. Today, we are going to talk about a specific, devastating intersection of identity that rarely gets named. You are not just an empath. You are the family scapegoat. And these two roles, when combined, create a psychological pressure cooker that can shatter even the strongest nervous systems. Most people think being the scapegoat means you are rejected. But for the empath, it means you are targeted precisely because you feel everything. You are the truth teller in a room full of liars, and that makes you dangerous. Here's what most people misunderstand about the scapegoat role. They believe it is assigned randomly, or perhaps based on actual bad behavior. But in dysfunctional family dynamics, the scapegoat is chosen because they are the most honest. As an empath, your mirror neurons are firing at a rate that allows you to sense the unspoken tensions, the hidden resentments, and the secret shames of those around you. You cannot help but reflect back the reality of the room. And in a family built on denial, reality is the enemy. You are not punished for being bad. You are punished for being awake. This is where the real danger begins. Because you are an empath, you absorb the emotional debris of your family. When your father is angry, you feel it in your chest. When your sibling is anxious, you feel it in your stomach. But because you are also the scapegoat, you are not allowed to process these feelings. You are told that your sensitivity is the problem. You are gaslit into believing that your accurate perception of dysfunction is actually paranoia. This creates a state of chronic cognitive dissonance. Your body knows the truth, but your mind is forced to accept a lie. This split is what leads to the deep, paralyzing exhaustion you feel every single day. But here's the twist. The very trait they use to attack you, your empathy, is actually your greatest armor, if you learn how to wield it. Narcissistic parents and emotionally immature siblings rely on your desire for connection to keep you trapped. They know you will absorb their projections because you want to heal them. They count on your compassion to override your self-preservation. But once you realize that your empathy is not a command to fix them, but a tool to discern them, the dynamic shifts. You stop absorbing their chaos and start observing it. That is not coldness. That is sovereignty. Here's a fun fact that genuinely blew my mind. Research in neuroscience shows that empaths often have a thicker anterior insula, the part of the brain responsible for processing emotion and empathy. This means your capacity to feel is biologically hardwired. It is not a choice. It is not a weakness. It is a structural difference in your brain. When you are the scapegoat, this heightened sensitivity means you feel the rejection more deeply than anyone else. But it also means you have a superior ability to detect manipulation. Your nervous system is an early warning system. The anxiety you feel around them is not irrational, it is data. Now here's the part that makes this genuinely dangerous to certain people. When the empath scapegoat finally stops playing their role, the family system panics. You have been the container for their shame. You have been the lightning rod for their anger. Without you absorbing their toxicity, they are forced to face themselves, and they will do anything to pull you back in. They may love bomb you, pretending to finally understand. They may escalate their attacks, trying to break your resolve. This is the extinction burst. It is the final, desperate attempt to restore the old order. Do not mistake this intensity for love. It is control. And here is the truth nobody tells you. The pain you feel is not just from their abuse. It is from the grief of realizing they will never change. You have spent years performing emotional labor, trying to translate your humanity into a language they could understand. You thought if you just explained it better, if you just loved them harder, they would see you. But you cannot explain color to someone committed to seeing in black and white. The moment you accept that their inability to see you is a limitation of their vision, not a defect in your worth, you begin to heal. That is not failure. That is freedom. So here's what I want to leave you with today. You are not broken. You are a highly sensitive instrument that was played by clumsy, destructive hands. The fact that you still have compassion, despite the betrayal, is a testament to your strength, not your stupidity. You have survived a war zone disguised as a home. You have maintained your integrity in a system designed to crush it. That is a rare and powerful form of resilience. You are not too much. You were just too real for a fake world. And here is the final truth that changes everything. Your sensitivity is not a burden to be managed. It is a gift to be protected. You do not need to dull your edges to fit into their shallow boxes. You need to build a life that honors your depth. You need to surround yourself with people who do not require you to shrink. You need to choose peace over performance. The family that scapegoated you did so because they could not handle the light you carried. Do not let them convince you to turn it off. Walk away from the table. Leave the dishes. Choose yourself. Which part of this dynamic resonated most with your experience? Was it the exhaustion of holding the truth, or the grief of letting go? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this video helped you feel seen, please share it with someone who needs to hear that they are not crazy. They are just awake. Thank you for trusting me with your story.